Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today. I have a question, and it's this: is your time your own? Don't forget to comment in the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get right into it. Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, is losing his mind, and he said, "Who's thinking up this crap? This is terrible." And that is the right to disconnect, the right to not be able to talk to your boss or anybody you work with outside of work hours. And he said, this is insane, and listed a myriad of things. But this is growing right now because you've got Australia, Spain, France, Belgium adding into this, also saying you need to be able to shut off work and not have anything to do with your coworkers at night. And, Kevin brings up certain things that make a lot of sense. And that is, first of all, I run an event company, and I cannot tell you how much after hours communications we had. And I was just talking to a woman that ran my events recently, and we were going through all the different things, the myriad of things that came up that went wrong, from people flying in from around the world to people that were, expecting to speak. A doctor had a schedule change. I can't talk in the morning now. I have to talk at night. Can this doctor change with this one? Things that had to be done. And unfortunately, all of it happened at night. It seemed like all of this would be like 10:30 at night. I need to get a hold of this guy. Now, when you have this situation, it's shut off. Hey, don't communicate with me. Now, here's the other thing: is this goes to, there is so much technology out there that we have, from our cell phones to our laptops to our internet devices to mobile internet devices, that tell people where we're at. Your automobiles, if you have a company car, most likely they know exactly where that thing is parked at any given time. And Mr. O'Leary brought up all the points that we brought up, and I was, going over this article with my friend, saying this is everything we went through. And once again, what happens when you have an emergency? What happens if you have somebody that's in the office that you have to get a hold of that's working after hours, like the IT department? Oh, you're not supposed to communicate with them? It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But this is where work is suffering. This is where business is suffering, because it's one thing to shut it off, and it's one thing not to give up of yourself 24/7. But if you have a management position, or you have a company that's requiring people to be involved more than normal, then you need to have the ability to communicate with people. I think so. Now, we've all had weird bosses, and I've told some stories about things like that, where you'd get the 10:45 text message at night, and they would expect an email answered or something like that. That's insane. But to sit there and just say it's shut off is one thing. Now, I worked for a company that had some of these devices. This is well over 10 years ago. And probably 13. But anyways, one thing that was funny about this was they had an IT department, and my boss was this woman who was just snatchy, snatch. And she was rude and curt, and just couldn't figure out why people couldn't stand her. Well, it was because she was, rude. It was just that simple. And I saw her talk to the IT department and fix my email, dork, get it done, okay? And would be like that. And then you'd wonder why these people wouldn't want to have anything to do with her. And I just was terrible. Now, I had a mobile internet device that would work with my cell phone, but it would not work with my laptop. And, I contact IT, have them fix it right away. Tell them not to play games with you. That's what she said. So I contact IT. Pardon me, I hope you're not too busy. Could you please help me with X? Oh, I appreciate this. This is my problem. Sets up with the cell phone. It will not work with the laptop. And dead silence on this guy's, the other end of the phone. Hello? I'm here. Yeah, I'm just not used to people talking to me this way. And I'm thinking, well, what way am I talking to this guy? I'm just being normal business, politeness. How about that? And he said, oh, no, you work with X. I won't even say her first name. She's probably watching now. Anyways, you work with X, and she's just so rude to us. I'm sorry about that, but I could really appreciate your help. And the guy, log on, do this. And then literally, there's no way it took 10 minutes to have him fix this. And he fixed oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. And he was so grateful. Thank you so much for being so kind to me. And, someday I'm going to do a favor for you. And I'm like, okay, whatever. About 10 days later, they had new cell phones and new um, internet mobile devices and things like that. And they go, hey, Jeremy from IT's coming down directly to show you how to use all this stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. You must think I'm an imbecile because of the problem before. And I didn't think anything about it. And he goes, hey, I really wanted to thank you for what you did and how kind you were. So what I'm going to do is pay you back. Oh, yeah, how are you going to do this? He goes, do you ever want to pick your kids up during the day? Like on a school day? Occasionally? Well, they're going to know about that. They're going to write you up for things like that. Let me show you how to shut off the tracking devices in your cell phone, your laptop, and your car, and everything that you have. And he did that. And he showed me how to turn it off so that at the end of a business day, it was blank. It was dark. And I knew how to do it. Clickety. Now remember, click, click, click. Go to number 3, press this, and it shuts it off. And then when you turn the phone back on, you just click it back on like you're starting your day again. Oh, okay. So it would make it so that I could go out and do my thing, but they had no idea where I was ever at, ever, if I wanted them to shut that off. And I wanted to be anonymous. But they did reach out at night. Companies do this. Have you ever had a boss that did this at night? I'm telling you, this is getting to the point that people, desperately need to work, but they don't want the extra things. Listen, I want to make $3,000 a day, and I don't want you to talk to me ever. Come into the office. I don't want to come into this place. I don't ever want to be here ever again. Don't do that. That's what people want. People want to be left alone, and it's not going to happen. Now, every now and then, you're kind to people, and again, this is what we preach here, which is kindness. Be kind to everybody, guys. Be kind to everybody, because you never know when someone like Jeremy is going to shut your phone off and make it so you can pick your kid up from school. There is not enough of this right now. I actually understand what Kevin O'Leary was talking about. I really do. I think that you need to have a company that is seamless, and that's what he was talking about. But it's not like that right now. So, plus the final reminder is that we have a private channel called iAllegedly Live, and you sign up at iAllegedly.tv. You can use the links below to sign up for Bob's class or for this. And, we talk about everything we can't talk about here. It's private. It's fantastic. So check it out today, and I hope to see you at both places. Now, there's a lot of business news to discuss. The first thing are two of the biggest home builders announced their numbers this past week. And the first one was Lennar Homes. And Lennar Homes, had closed, 4,500 homes, and they thought they were going to do 4,800 for the analysts at Bloomberg. So they were off a little bit. Nothing too bad, but, about 250 houses off what they thought. Now, KB Homes was actually off 0.4%, and they closed, let's get the number right, they closed 3,085 houses where the analysts thought they were going to do 3,345 houses. The problem right now, guys, is the numbers that you cannot, you can't deny the fact that the high interest rates are scaring people. The lies that people were told, hey, if they lower interest rates, you're going to see a flurry of home buying. No, you're not. People cannot afford rates at 6.5%. They just can't. And that's, again, the perfect scenario, the perfect storm. Your house is tripled in price, and people are paying 2 and 3 times what what your house payment is and what it was just 4 years ago. It is nuts right now. I have a friend of mine in Huntington Beach showed me their house. Around the corner from them is a house that is $1.7 million, And it is insanity. It's insanity because it was formerly a halfway house, or whatever you call it, drug house, half sober living house, pardon me. And with that, what you have is you know, $1.7 million for that. It's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Now, the next thing is State Farm just issued a warning to 70 different zip codes in California. We're canceling your insurance. Now, if you're KB Homes or you're Lennar, you don't think that this has, some weight on you, because if you're inside of the sales office, you need to ask people, how many people have problems with these houses? I mean, I could give you a myriad of things to ask a new home builder, but what about the insurance, guys? What am I going to pay for insurance? Oh, we think it's going to be X. Put their feet to the fire on this stuff. Get numbers that are hard and quick. This new law that's coming out is going to make it so that if you don't get a realistic price in your insurance, you can cancel the deal. And this is going to travel across the country, and it's going to make things more and more questionable moving forward. So 70 more zip codes where they're not going to write policies, and you can sit there and say, oh, these are all the problem zip codes. It's not. The problem with it is that you have property taxes, you have insurance. I have so many people that write me and tell me that their property taxes doubled, that, it went from, $3,200 to $12,000, and they can't afford that. Where does this money come from? Municipalities that have the same expenditures, the same number of people, are not making the same amount of money. And with that, you have nothing but problems. Nothing but problems moving forward, because they're going to get more creative, and that's tax you to oblivion. So let me know what you think about that. Good old Chrysler building, that looks like it's going back to the bank. You're going to see more and more of this right now, where you're going to see more and more builders that are going to lose properties that are going to go back to the bank. And the commercial side of it is just insane right now. So, Jaguar, the car company, looks like it's done. Remember all the jokes you'd have about, high-end car companies, Fiat, fix it again, Tony. I mean, all this stuff. But Jaguar, with Stellantis has had nothing but problems. Is Stellantis going to make it? Is Jeep going to make it? You have to ask yourself these questions, because, after the election, you're going to see real problems that are going to come to light that we've talked about for 3 years. And you can kid yourself and you can act like everything is okay, but it's a real problem. Warren Buffett has ditched almost $10 billion, $9.6 billion worth of Bank of America stock. Why? Why? It is so much money because, hey, it's a great company, it's a great bank, Dan. We're gonna stay here for the long haul. No, you're clearly not. You're clearly not. So is this the warning sign? What warning sign do you guys need to make you sit there and go, yeah, it's kind of a concern at this point? So, $10 billion worth of stock, that does it for me, guys. Makes me think about this stuff. The car companies, I've heard a lot of great rumors about Ford lately. And I saw a great Ford, parked in a parking structure that I'd never seen before, which was a kind of an SUV Mustang. Looked really cool, and then until somebody told me that it was a EV car, and I said, oh, well, that kills that. That makes it terrible. List of banks that are going out of business. I've got a list of over 1,000 banks, branches, and who's closing them. This list, here's what's crazy about this. Think about what I'm going to tell you here. This list of bank closures is not here from, the Wall Street Journal. It's from a European news outlet talking about how crazy it is that American banks are closing at such a record pace, and that you're going to see over 1,000 banks close, and it's being led by none other than Bank of America. So take a look at the list below, but that should get you guys questioning, what's going on and the severity of everything. I'm doing kind of a deep dive on food safety right now for something that I'm going to do later on in the week. And we just had another recall. Last month we had the remnants of the boar's head recall with listeria and just how devastating it's been, how many people died from it. Now there's a company called Bruce Pack that had 9 million pounds of chicken and beef products that were recalled from several markets, including Trader Joe's and Aldi, which I shop at. So I don't necessarily buy this stuff, but in addition to regular beef and chicken, it's things that you need to pay attention to. HEB, that store that everybody loves in Texas, chicken broccoli, Texas Ranch chicken casserole, Trader Joe's lemon chicken and arugula salad, Trader Joe's tarragon chicken salad. I could go on. Fresh Express, gourmet cafe salads. Again, guys, pay attention to this stuff. Pay attention to this stuff because it's crazy. There is going to be a flood of commercial real estate that's going to come onto the market. And I am telling you guys, they are doing everything they can to keep it till the middle of November before this thing just crashes and burns. It is something that you need to be aware of, because if you or anybody you know is paying rent to somebody, or you're inside of a commercial building, you need to make sure they're paying their mortgage payment, because you're going to be shocked at how many. Oh my gosh, my friend had to move out of his business because the landlord lost the place and they wanted him out. Now, there's certain things that you get when this happens. You get extensions and things like that, 60, 90 days, things like that. But we haven't seen anything yet, guys, and it's going to get so worse. Now, speaking of businesses going under, remember Redbox when you go to the market and they had the DVD containers and you could rent a DVD and it would slide down and you'd have the capsule? Well, the company went bankrupt. Done. There's 24,000 of those kiosks that serve no purpose. None. What do you do with 24,000 DVD kiosks that nobody can use? It's going to be interesting. I mean, what do you can't convert them to something? Is there somebody that's going to take it over and try to sell DVDs? Let's bring it back. Why don't you bring back VHS tapes while you're at it too? That'll be a wonderful idea. One thing that's crazy is the VHS tapes. We had, when my children were young, we had all the Disney stuff that if we would have kept them, my kids could have probably been sitting on the beach right now with Disney. Not right now, because Disney sucks right now, but a couple years ago when Disney was high flying and you had Lady and the Tramp and the Aristocats and all the originals, all the stuff that we had VHS, people were paying a boatload of money for that stuff. And if you ever see that stuff at a thrift store, garage sale, or anything like that, get it, because it's worth money. So let me know what you think about this stuff so far. But I'm telling you guys, if you're aware that things are precarious, then you're going to do better. Watch how you spend your money. Watch how people take your money, because it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. And the first one is bad news. A company called National Public Data, they're going out of business. And why is that important? Because they are a broker that is a data broker, and they compile our personal information, name, address, phone numbers, emails, all that stuff. And they got hacked to the tune of 2.9 billion people. 2.9 billion people have their personal data, social, phone numbers, emails, home address, all that stuff online. The guy that owns this place is getting sued left and right. And it looks like he's a one-man band, and there's not that many assets. So you're going to have nothing but lawsuits and data problems. So I have told you guys, we talked about data brokers and how to protect yourselves. I'll bring that up again later on in the week. But, next thing is, if you get strange text messages from people that you don't know, do not click on them. There is a scam going on that is using improper English, and it leads with, "Would you kindly?" And it seems simple enough, but it's not. It is leading you to get your data stolen, your phone hacked. Don't click on anything if you're not sure who it is. Just don't. Don't answer your phone. Don't click on things. Let people leave voicemail messages and just block numbers. Have a nice day. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't answer the phone from people I don't know. Okay? That's what you have to do. Final story, and I thought this was a joke when it was first sent to me. Doritos are going to open up their first restaurant. Boy, So Doritos Locos Tacos? No, it's going to be a Doritos themed store with alcohol and with sushi, Doritos themed, of course. Oh, does that sound gross? How about a crunchy roll rolled in Doritos? Okay, come on, guys. I'm getting sick over this stuff. Let me explain to you. You know, Pepsi's got enough problems. You want to have a flop number 5 on your list? Okay, anyways, Doritos restaurant. You first, guys. You first. Okay? Don't forget our vegan options. Anyways, please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And be kind to everybody. Remember, don't call people in the IT department dorks. Don't do things like that, because they remember it. Kindness counts. Kindness is free. It is the one thing that we can do with everybody you interact with throughout your day. Good luck to you. Hope to see you at the seminar, at the private channel. And if you want to email me, it's hello@iallegedly.com. And I will see you guys very soon.